Tomorrow I'm leaving for Europe, and I won't have access anymore to this machine, which allows me to slow the vibrato down and pinpoint various places in a song. So before I go, I want to take advantage of this when we talk about vibrato. And I want to take apart the vibrato of Dietrich Fischer-Dieskau in the song Du bist. And we're not going to analyze it too much musically. Instead, we're going to look at the parameters, the outside numbers, how slow, how fast it goes, and also how wide and narrow. In order to begin that, I'm going to take 3 places in the song. We'll begin at the beginning in a very calm part. This is a song about peace, about inner peace. And so the vibrato and the mood that he sets, you can hear, is very, very calm and quiet. Okay, let's just take that sound. Let's see how fast he's vibrating. In order to do that, we're going to turn the speed down to half. This is going to sound a little funny at first, but when you get used to it, you can really hear how how wide the vibrato is, and we can really clock how fast it is with the metronome. So here's that same thing at half speed. Okay, in order to clock the speed, we're going to find one note that just hangs in there a little bit. Maybe that final C. You hear it going wheel, 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 wheel. That's what we have to measure. Wheel, 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 wheel. That comes in at about 90 on the metronome. Sounds like this. Okay, so in this very, very calm music, it's also very intense. The vibrato is not very slow. But also notice that it's not too wide. Listen. He's doing with the voice what we might do with our left hand to contain. I don't think it's any more than that. Do you? Listen. It's about like this. Not very wide. So that's how he's getting this beautiful color in this very beautiful opening of the song. Quite a fast, shimmering vibrato, not too wide, beautiful, soft color. Let's listen one more time. Vibrato is actually going. Remember, we're clocking the vibrato at 4 hits to the upper side of the note per beat, and that is actually 92. That was his last note of the phrase, was even a little more intense than the middle of the phrase. But now, let's go to a very different part of the song. That's what you can see right here, the big, huge climax. And listen to this magnificent sound in the crescendo going up to the top. Here, actually, there, yeah, 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 yeah. Listen again. Count 4. Whoops. Yeah, 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 yeah. Check it Now that is down at 79. So he's dropped a good 10 points on the metronome for the big climax. But now let's listen to how wide it is. And for that we go half speed again. I hear a full half step at least, mostly on the upper side of the note, but also underneath. It's at least that wide, right? So, at the big climax, when he wants the biggest, most grand, most operatic sound, he's slowing the vibrato down, but also widening it. And when you speed it up, it sounds fantastic. But now, listen to what happens here, our third example. I want to focus on just these 5 notes here. You hear that? Can you hear that there are 4 oscillations on each note? So to clock that, all we have to do is find the speed of those notes. That comes in about 103 on the metronome. Sounds like this. Right? That's really fast. Also, that's also not too narrow even. Check this out. Slow it down. So in this very intense little end of the sentence, musical sentence, he intensifies the vibrato enormously, and keeping also the intensity of the width. So here's your range. Where were we down? We were down below 80, I believe, for the big climax in terms of speed. We were up to about a half step. In the very beginning of the piece, where it was quiet and beautiful, the vibrato was faster, more shimmering, around 88, and just barely narrower, wider than the note itself. And in the end here, where he's looking for the most intense and touching sound, the vibrato is all the way up to 103, 104, and still with a lot of depth. So this is incredible range, and if we want to sound that good, we need to work at it. I'm going to show you exercises to speed your vibrato, slow your vibrato, make it wider, narrower, to do all of those things so that you can sound like this too, like I've been trying to do all my life. And I'll talk to you again when I get to Germany.